Alrighty, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today, I'm gonna be telling y'all a story today. Today is another Arrowvers recap, and if you don't know why I do here, if you want all the recaps in one episode, I'm in. This time before it comes back, I'm doing it after it was here. At least 2 days after, to be exact. So, today is Supergirl's episode 4, Arrow episode 4, and Legends episode 3. So, in the Supergirl episode, it's called Ahimsa, if that's how you say it. It's Ahimsa. Ahimsa. Yeah. Okay. So Lena Luthor and Brainy are the people that are responsible that have to clean the air. Before Brainy goes to do that, he goes like, "If you're in your brain palace, say hello to Kratos for me," or whatever he does. And John is super mad that he left the DEO, and this all happened because I left the DEO, and yada yada yada. And oh, tactical search. I don't know what that tactical search was, but there was a tactical search for something. Tactic search? I don't know what I put down sometimes, okay? So we go to the okay, so then we transition from, okay, so after all of this, when Brainy says, "I hope you found your place in the Mind Palace," and after John is talking to Alex about how mad he is, then we transition to the DEO Desert Factory, which this guy walks by two aliens and then he grabs something, which we later on figure out that is a parasite that he stole, and yeah. And so he was about to be like, "Make it real." And then Mercy was like, "Oh, it'll be weird, alright," and shot him in the other shoulder. And so killed him off. So John's doing more investigation stuff about trying to find Fiona, and he runs into Manchester Black, which Manchester Black has some skills, and was like, you got a name to go with those skills?" And he was like, "It's Manchester Black, by the way." And yeah. And so the two aliens that Mercy and Octavius and Agent Liberty and Jensen, they steal our copy and Helgemite, which is Ben is controlling them with the bug thing. Actually he's using the bug thing to put in there to use Fiona's powers. Using Fiona's powers in the bug thing, then it gives him the power to control people. Control aliens. The two aliens, the Helgemite copy, to be exact. John tries to meditate to find Fiona. He also figures out that they have something nasty planned. John and Black from Follower of Liberty, and then that's how they find the whole thing. So, yeah, that's how they find where he's going to attack next, and then it's a police station. So we figure out that copy it's in the name that you can multiply. And also, Kara was told to stay back because regulation or whatever, and yeah. Then there's this really cool fight scene with Copy where they're all fighting the same person, but not really. And then Supergirl gets defeated, and her suit starts to break, and yeah. Fiona is a psychic, and Fiona is talking to John when he's trying to meditate, and also just in his head when he's not meditating. No big vacuum, a lot of small ones. Okay, so they were thinking, like, okay, so just think about, put all your feelings into a box. A lot of small boxes, and compress them and forget about them. That's what Lena was talking about and trying to figure out, just trying to help Brainy calm down with this whole kryptonite air thing. But then he was like, we don't need one big vacuum. We need a whole bunch of little ones. So, yeah. Alex and Carl fight, like, you shouldn't have done that. That doesn't mean anything. You shouldn't have done that. That's terrible, you imbecile. And she's trying to go on regulation, so she's trying to talk. Brainy is crying, tears of logic. The ahimsa means no violence, and so a copy of copy says that, and he was like, dude, that means no violence. And then, yeah. So he saw the ring on Manchester Black, and he was like, hey, that can help me connect with Fiona. Yeah, and find Fiona to find Mercy, and so they used Fiona's message to find where Mercy and Octavius and Jensen are attacking. So yeah, the threat of this episode is Team Liberty. And so yeah, at this time the air is still corrupted with kryptonite. And find Mercy fair. Parasite and Fiona to use on her. Bebo on Earth 38? Question mark? How is there Bebo on Earth 38? Don't know. Wisdom from John. Helgmite shoots darts. Yeah. Fiona finally dies. Let's see. Aliens get unhypnotized. Liberty, Agent Liberty, puts the parasite in Jensen, and we'll get what that thing does in the next episode. Guardian. So apparently Guardian was sighted at the attack at the fair, and yeah, the air is clear, by the way. And then the Guardian was supposedly seen at the crime, taking down aliens and punching aliens like humans fighting back. And then, so he's a guard, and then also Ben wrote that, and so they're gonna probably lead it into a circle, like, oh, Ben's this whole big anti-alien person. And so yeah, and yeah, we go back to Evil Kara, we go back to that Nazi place, or whatever, Red Kara, or the Red Sun, the Red Daughter, and we see that she was enclosed in the thing to keep her good from the kryptonite. And so, the quote from this episode is James saying, Heroes go out there even when they know something bad is going to happen. Good quote? Boy. Okay. Okay. The mission of this episode was to clear the air and find Fiona. Basically the mission of this episode. Alright. Now we got Arrow, episode 4. Which is entitled Level 2. I think they said Level 2 in the episode, but I don't know. But yeah, mainly this takes place in the Level 2 section. And yeah. Okay, so the threat of this episode is Jonah Cortez's squad. And I'll get into what two they are. Okay. So first we're going to be going to the prison stuff. So Jared Parker is like the level 2 medication person, and you could only find him there. And also, the theory is going around that the demon is this Richard Parker guy. It's because you can only see him on level 2. I mean, there's probably a whole lot more people you can only see on level 2, but that he makes more sense. Yeah, interrogations, Silencer with Felicity and Oliver by Jared Parker. There's future stuff in this episode, by the way. So we get back to Roy and William following the tracker to... The tracker brought them back to Star City, but then the tracker was bringing them to Smoke Technologies, and I'll get into more later. Okay. The new Green Arrow is saving people, and people want a vigilante back. And so, they're at this whole thing. They're at a meeting with people to talk to the cop, which is Diana, and then she wanted Renee there. And so Renee brought Zoey. Zoey had to go work on some homework, and then Jonah Cortez bombs the place and lights it on fire. And so then the new Green Arrow shows up and saves Zoey from the fire. Yeah. Curtis, so we fast forward. Curtis got a Bebo for Zoey to get better. Oliver drugged to talk about say the truth. And yeah, a father provides legacy. So then we get some flashbacks from season 1 when his dad shot himself, and so he shot himself, so you keep pushing on my legacy. And he's trying to be like, you don't want your son to live out your legacy, do you? That's basically what Jared Parker is doing. And Jared Parker in the next episode is trying to, and what we learn in the promo is that he's trying to get rid of all the Green Arrow and Oliver. Jonah Cortez sets fires because burning down the glades, you can sell them off. And also, in the future, we get the glades to have a big wall around it. And they're going to try to destroy the glades again. Basically is what I think. Okay, Renee finds the vigilante, he finds the same place. And then he's like, then Diana's there, and he goes like, go! And then he tells the vigilante to run off while he's there protecting the vigilante. Diana arrests Renee for doing that. Oliver will be moved to the machine, which the machine basically makes him relive the past and make it seem like reality. So Felicity gets Laurel to interrogate the silencer. She screams once, she apparently screams. Dig talks to Diana about Renee. Investigation on Martez Fish Cortez, which are buying the glade. Electrical therapy for the brain. So they do it by 50%. So they attack twice during the day, and one was later that day, and so there was an attack later that night at a movie theater. Diana. Okay, now after that, Vigilante helps them out, and yeah, and then the Vigilante gets hurt, and then Diana's go, get out of here before the cops come. Yeah. And then, yeah, Felicity tries to interrogate her by herself with a screwdriver, and then Laurel steps in and is like, hey, you're not supposed to do this, that's murder. And then when she threw down the screwdriver, she got herself out and took the belt. And so she bugged the silencer's belt so she can find Diaz. Alright, future stuff. Smoke Industries is destroyed. Diana is a vigilante. There's a wall. There's a bag with a Rubik's Cube. A cube inside of a cube. Zoey is a vigilante because after that attack, Diana gifts a canary pin to Zoey. Felicity dead and vigilante resistance. And also, Renee would be caught dead if he ever entered the glades again. So, yeah. And so the quote of this episode is, Felicity. It's just funny because it's a tongue twister because she goes like that. Felicity, you're not the real world or a real lawyer. And then she was like, oh wow, Pat, say that. Try to say that 10 times fast. And the mission for this episode, Felicity and Laurel find Diaz, William and Roy, Bottom to Mystery, and then Diana and Renee is stop Jonah. Okay, last but not least, Legends. Episode 3, Dancing Queen. And so we start off the episode with the Queen. I'll get to why I'm doing this later. The Queen being like, oh yeah, this is all pretty cool. And then she goes to a concert. Shows her ass, which that's not cool. And so that's a ripple. The Queen going to the concert. That's a ripple effect throughout time. So they need to stop it. So since the necklace melted there, and then there was only the stone for Zari, then Ray put the stone in a watch that's literally like a watch, so we could tell any time that in any period that they're in. And yeah, mission. Okay, so there's a band. Okay, the place that we have to go to is London, 1977. There's a band called The Smell, and the mission is to get into the band so you can find what they thought at first was a leprechaun. So Constantine and Mick start a riot. Band escapes in Ray's van, and so Ray is the man on the inside, and Nick has a lot of paperwork, so he's like, wow, the Bureau sucks. And the reason he doesn't want to be on the ship is because every room on the ship reminds him of Maya. But yeah. Mona, which is the food cart lady, asks about the Time Bureau, and she's like, oh yeah, we're the people that have to keep in charge of when time forwards and when time backs up. And then she comes back in and being like, what if time went sideways? So your clock would change no matter where you went. Yeah. Operation Mom's Bum. Don't know what the mission Mom's Bum was, but yeah. Okay, so there's a time problem in the Pleistocene period. Nate and Gary go do that themselves. Sarah. Okay, so Ray had to prove his point of being a bad boy, and so instead of Ray, it's Rage. So Rage had to show that he was a bad dude, and that what he had to do was steal a dog from the Queen. And so Sarah and Mick help Ray with the Queen's dogs. And so Mick was like, oh yeah, just go see that bench in front of you? Go sit on it. And Sarah's there taking down the guards. And then when Ray stands up, he's like, oh yeah, can I just see one of those dogs? And then Sarah's just there holding the guards like this. And he was like, yeah, just take one. And yeah, that proved his loyalty to the team. Gain trust and rip them down. That's what their mission is to do. Gain their trust and rip them down. Zari finds John, and John's mom is the barkeeper, and and John Constantine wants to try to ruin his life. And so then there's the ball kick paradox, which you can't do anything to mess with your existence. Like, I can't go kick my dad in the balls because that's ruining my existence. So you can't do anything to ruin your existence. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Charlie is not the leprechaun, but she's something else. She's a shapeshifter. And that's what the magical thread is of this episode. A shapeshifter. She would shape-shift into the Queen so that she could steal all the Queen's stuff. And so that's why the Queen in the beginning of the episode is like, oh, I want all this. Yeah. Ray hears this the same thing from the band that he heard from Zoey from the future. Dead childbirth. Oh! His mom died at childbirth. That's what John Constantine is. Mom died and mother died in childbirth. Got it. Zari talks to John, and John almost says that there's something going wrong to Zari, but he doesn't. And Gary mission wrapped up, but not really, because then the plant that Gary got for him was the problem, was the magical fugitive. And so later on it comes to life and starts rampaging around the place. Okay, so there's a season 3 problem, and Ray is compromised by that, which is when they were like the disco people from that one episode, which I don't know which episode it was, but when they were all dressed up like disco people at the beginning of the episode. I think it was Mamma Mia, or Here We Go Again, or Here I Go Again, or whatever. It was one of those episodes. Yeah. Yeah, Charlie could change forms whatever she wants. And so when she was holding that newspaper, Amaya, Sarah, and Nate were on that, I think. I don't know. Yeah, Nate, because he has a desk job. Okay. Ray protects the shapeshifter, which he actually doesn't, because then the shapeshifter. Then we figure out that the shapeshifter is impersonating Ray. And then they stop her with the whole magic and everything, with the whole medallion thing, and then she changes into Amaya, and then he's like, "Your shape-shifting days all over, honey." And yeah, and so they get back on the ship, and then Ray tells Sarah, that he let Nora go. And then, because he was like, I thought everyone deserved a second chance. Alright, so threat, mythical fugitive, and yeah. Planner scene paradox, or period, 768,000 BC. Yeah. So, the quote of this episode is Charlie, which is actually a good person. She says, whoever you want to be, that's what matters. Yeah, and that's when he got caught of being that. So, yeah. Alrighty, guys. Hope you guys liked this episode. If you guys did, please leave a big like down below. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Peace.